Are you tired of waiting for payout windows like the 1st through the 5th of the month or the 15th through the 20th of the month? Are you tired of not knowing if you're going to get your payout? Are you tired of not being able to do DCA, dollar cost averaging? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how Apex plans to fix this and a whole lot of other things rather quickly. Check it out. All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to show you what Apex has to say about future payouts starting on November 1st. I'm going to show you what they have to say about DCA, and then we're going to go over some of the rules that I think might come into play in November. Remember earlier last month, I made a video talking about these possible changes coming up, and so far we're already going to see one of all those changes coming up and starting on November 1st. So let's go ahead and dive in here. I'm going to show you exactly what Apex had to say in their Discord. Speaking of Discord, free Discord in the comment section and description section of this video, along with my coupon code for Apex and other awesome prop firms like My Funded Futures and Take Profit Trader and Earn to Trade. All caps Jesse, JesseW, will get you the best possible discount available. So here's a screenshot directly from Apex's Discord. Let's go ahead and dive in here, see what it has to say. It says right there, bang, big news. We're making some huge changes to improve your experience. Starting November 1st, there will be no more request periods for payouts. That's right, no more waiting. So if you remember, the 1st through the 5th and the 15th through the 20th are the times available where we can request payouts. I usually didn't mind that. Felt like a bi-weekly paycheck, cool beans to me, no problem. But now that's gonna go away. That means you're gonna be able to request your payout anytime throughout the month, any day, it doesn't matter. So as long as you've traded for 8 days, you can now request your payouts anytime starting the night of the 8th trading day or anytime after. No more sticking to the old 15th through the 20th schedule. High fives, high five with that. This current payout request period will be the last one. Right now, today is the 15th of October. So this 15th through the 20th is going to be the last time you're going to have a pay period like this. This means starting November 1st, if you've traded in the account for 8 days and you've reached payout, well, just mosey on over to the payout tab, click it, see if your account pops up and put in your payout request. It doesn't matter if it's November 1st or November 12th. It doesn't matter, right? Let's say you started trading a fresh PA on November 1st. Well, on November 8th, once you close that night, the session, and your 8th day is locked in and you've reached payout, which if you're in a $50,000 account means you've made $2,600. If you've made $2,600, followed the rules, and it is November 8th or November 9th, you can go in there and request a payout, something you couldn't do before because you had to fall into the windows between the 1st of the month and the 5th of the month, or the 15th of the month and the 20th of the month. That is no longer going to be the case starting November 1st. If you like that, smash the like button. But wait, there's more, they say. More? Multiple additional entries are back. You can now do DCA, dollar cost averaging, again, within risk management limits, of course. So no more just one entry. We're giving you the flexibility while maintaining solid risk management. Make sure to stay tuned for more updates and trading responsibly. So on the DCA aspect of things, I really don't know exactly what that is going to entail. As it stands right now, the DCA rule is you're only allowed to add one time if you're in a trade that goes against you. See that? There's writing on my finger. That was my kid earlier. Anyways, you were allowed to add one time. Now it seems like it's going to change, and apparently it's going to change for the better. You'll be allowed to add more than one time. I'm not quite sure what that rule is going to entail, how they're going to fix that, but it seems for those of you who are fans of DCAing, you'll be able to. I always found that DCAing was something that I've done, but not to the same degree most people do. Like everyone that complained about the DCA rule, it was not me. That was not how I DCA. So the fact that now it seems like it's going to be allowed to some degree within risk parameters, I find that to be very useful. I find it to be not good when you DCA into oblivion until your account blows up, but when you identify a zone and you like to scale into your position like me, then well, that's beneficial. Typically for me, at this time, I only take one ad. I used to take possibly 2 ads, depending. Why? Well, because let's say I get short at this resistance level, right here. This is the first level, but it's a minor level, meaning I'm going to take a starter position there, a feeler. Then we get to my next, which is my prime time resistance level. Well, if we break over that, I stop out of the trade. But if we get to it and we reject, I add to that trade once possibly twice, and then I look for my downside move. That's the way I do DCA. I don't even like to call it DCA because to me DCA is something that I would do in an investment portfolio. But regardless, it's scaling into my trade. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen here with that. But I did say that there is an onslaught of possible changes, right? Let's go ahead and dive into what those changes possibly is. Bang, and right back to it. Apex proposed programs. If you guys remember earlier this summer, Apex did some feeling around, seeing what their customer base thought. They put out some polls. We all voted. I showed you how I voted, and we went over why I voted the way I did on most of these things. And we're starting to see some of this come to fruition. All right. So we already see that starting on November 1st, 8 trading days to request payout. No more of those payout periods. Just traded 8 days, right? Boom, you can request payout. That's coming starting November 1st. Okay. 40% hard consistency rule from the 30% soft. Is that going to happen next? I tell you what, I wouldn't mind. I think that's cool. I think that's good to go, right? No more flipping rule. I mean, if you have a 40% hard set rule, then the flipping rule can go away. We don't need that anymore. And then after the 5th withdrawal, okay, no more rules. That means you don't have any 40% rule. You don't have any DCA rule. I would imagine none of these rules, right? It's just you trade and bang. I would imagine after your 5th withdrawal, maybe, right? And we're just thinking here, conversing you and I, maybe after the 5th withdrawal, they'll consider starting to put you into a live account, right? That's where you'll hear that probation thing come up, where they'll start watching you and then they'll move you to the live account. So, this is something to keep an eye on. Drawbacks. I remember them talking about you had to have made $150 for out of the 8 days in order to request a payout. I don't see how that's even a problem, right? Like $150, you should be able to make that. So then you had your probation, if you broke rules. So I don't, if these rules come about, I think this is just going to be for the better on Apex. What are your thoughts regarding these rules? We already know we're going to get the 8 trading days and no more of the payout periods. Are we going to start getting this 40% hard consistency rule? What are your thoughts on that? What about the no flipping rule? What are your thoughts on that? I'm pretty sure you're going to like that. So I don't know. I think that things are starting to look like they're going to get really good really fast. What are your thoughts? You got to remember that also seems like government oversight and government regulations are going to start hitting the prop industry. So that's going to definitely bring some changes, and it's going to bring some speed bumps in the coming months. Not something about if it's going to happen at this point, it's when is it going to happen. So you got to keep that in mind too. So we're going to see some moves here on all the prop firms, and we're going to see some changes. That's why it's important to also, if you really like to trade for prop firms, trade for multiple firms at once, right? That way, if one is changing a little bit too much, you don't have all your eggs in one basket. My opinion anyways. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. Smash that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And I'll catch you in another one. Peace.